Tig did that CD she did, it was all just a story about getting cancer and figuring that out. And she kept going like, oh, sorry, I'll get back to jokes. And the people in the audience were like, no, don't. This is fine. You like this. Yeah, it's like a slower, more like methodical way of being.
It's
I
intriguing.
Know, that's cool, too. It surprised you, too. Bill Burr once, I saw him, like, talking about something on stage, and then he got some people about his childhood, and he was like, yeah, me and John Smith and Bill, whatever, we were driving down, this other guy, Mike, oh, yeah, and he goes like, oh, yeah, Mike, man, I haven't thought that guy in like 20 years. And like, he remembers on stage, and it's like, oh, it's fucking nice moments. Shit like that.
It's very interesting to see the person live it. See, you could tell a story. Anybody could tell a story. But right there, where you're talking about Bill Burr, he got a moment where he lived it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that story I told about the Bronx. There was a few minutes on stage. I didn't see an audience. I can't lie to you. I was on a street corner just telling the story. Like, I lost the audience. I was having so much fun. You know, it's like, when you tell a story and people listen. Let me tell you what the best thing about being a comic is. When you relieve the pressure off yourself that they have to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sometimes the story is funny. It becomes funny. The story is just funny. In the story, you'll find the comedy. But the best thing for a comic is when I come to you, Ari, and go, hey, listen, this 10 minutes you got to do, don't be funny. Watch what happens to a comedian. It changes you.
Yeah, when they're not so addicted to it. Plus comics are comics. So you're not going to lose the crowd at any moment if you're not funny.
Yes, when we're coming, listen, when you're a comic, the first 8 or 9 years, you're striving to be funny.
Yeah.
The first time I got on the belly room, and I did a stupid testicle testament on the belly room.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was like 99. I did 3 hours. They got there at 8. And I talked to 11 because every time I said, okay, guys, I got to go, they go, no, more. And we drank, and that's the night. You ever hear Rogan talk about, Joey, something happened to you that you weren't very funny. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you got fucking That was the night when I realized that you could take the pressure off yourself. There's a certain pressure. We don't know it's there as a comedian until you take it off.
Yeah, when you let it go, there's a confidence that comes out, too.
When you pull that switch, your life will change, Lee. It's like a tongue in the ass. It's like a chick that takes her tongue for the first time. You don't even know that's done. A chick usually just sucks your dick and licks your nuts, and then you jerk off, and she giggles, and she gets a towel. But then you meet a dirty fucking whore who's sucking that fucking helmet and then licks your balls. And while she's licking your balls, every fucking hair in your body is popped up. Your ass, and all of a sudden she takes that tongue and just wiggles it in your asshole and keeps jerking you off. You've never had that feeling before in your life. You get dizzy, you get anxiety, you don't know what to do. And then you just fart, come, and it's all over. It's a new experience. This is the new experience as a comedian. It really, and it's fun to explain. That's why I wanted you to call this morning, Ari, because there's a lot of comics that listen to this, and they're like, we don't know how you become a storyteller. This is it. Take the pressure off.
Yeah, well, the thing is, everybody's got stories. Everybody tells stories at parties, you know? At the time you and John fucking, you know, almost got thrown out of whatever, some Fenway or something like that, and it's just like how you tell it. It's just how interesting you tell it. All these comics, they're just good speakers. So they tell these stories already. If they get loose, if they get natural about it, like you said, and don't worry about laughs, then it becomes sort of magical.
Is it scary the first like 2 minutes of it when you're not getting laughs? Because like
everyone's
like, laughs per minute and shit. And,
brutal.
Yeah.
You're not used to it. You know, you John Reed said it. He goes, that's like 30, 40 seconds. You don't got to laugh. You go, I better make a funny face or something.
Brutal. You have to keep peddling and believing in your material. You have to keep believing in your story. Just believe in your story, and then I love getting stoned before I go up there, but not stoned like retarded stoned. So I take away that fear, that little fear that you have. So once I'm up there, it's like anything else. That first minute is brutal. I'm sure if you watch any of those things, that first minute for me is brutal. But once I get a little flame, I'm off and running. Once I get a little flame, I'm off and running. And that's where it picks up. Like the fear gets out of the way. I don't give a fuck if you laugh.
Yeah. If it gives you a couple laughs too, like cool, now I'm comfortable.
Now you're
if they're just like, if they're a giving audience and you get comfortable, like cool, this will be fine. You're not worried about bombing because they're already into it.
Once you tell a story, once you tell that story and you eliminate the laughter, it takes the feeling of bombing and makes it less because you control that. Now you learn also that you control your laughter, that you control your audience. That's the other power about storytelling. That once they're not getting laughs and you're controlling them, oh my God, you're Fidel Castro. You're a president. That's what presidents.
Dude, I saw Dice once do this at the OR too, and he goes on, and it's when he wasn't smoking, but he was still chewing cigarettes. He was like putting in his mouth. So he came up, he puts his drink on the stool, and then he takes he didn't say a word, just takes his cigarette pack out, and he taps it on the microphone a little bit, and he packs him down, and he takes his jacket off, and he picks up his drink from the stool, takes a drink, puts it back down, goes over to the microphone, goes, test, goes, make it louder, test, all right, good. And he just keeps, he says one word for about a minute and a half. And then he goes, see, a lot of these comics, they get up here, they don't get a laugh for this long, they'd be terrified. They'd be in the corner shivering. He goes, me? No, I know how this is going to end. It was so pompous. So cocky. But he was right. They had him all laughing, and as soon as he wanted to, they had him all laughing. It was up to him. It wasn't up to us.
How lucky were we to get to see Dice come up every night? I hear these comics now, Dice used to bump up for 2 hours and shit. Let me tell you something. I learned more in those 2. It was like going to a college course when you saw Dice perform on Sunday nights and stuff. It really was.
Sunday nights, it would be something like him and Rock and Damon would all come down on a fucking Sunday night. It was ran for no amount of money. You got in free. You got in before 9.
It was something. It was like I can't even describe. Yeah, I was hosting. I used to call them and tell them, please come down there, because fucking somebody's gonna be there on the list and I want to bump them. So I would make Dice. See, listen, I would get there at 7, and I would host the first. I would hang out for the first show. Then the second show, I knew Don Barris always wanted to host. So Chewy would come. I'd borrow a 20 or 2. I'd pick up 2 packages of Coke. Dice would show up. Chris Rock would show up. I'd go there. I'd do my 10 minutes, bring Dice up. I knew Dice was going to do 40. I'd go out there and tell Don Barris, Don, you got it from here. And I leave. And they'd pay me the 25 fucking bucks. But I got an education. I got the biggest fucking education. I remember one Sunday night, Andrew was up there, and he was going off. And there was these 2 Chinese guys in the front row, and he just fucking went off on them. Like, you chink fucks, da-da-da-da-da-da. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? He's talking about Kung Fu, the TV show. And afterward, he goes, all right, don't worry about it. And he walks away. He goes, look at them. Look at them. They're over there smiling. They're going to call their cousins on the phone. Tomorrow when I eat Chinese food, I'm going to shit blood for 3 weeks. These fucking chicks, they'll do anything to your fucking food. They'll spit in your food. And they were laughing. They were fucking loving it. Just to see somebody of you making fun of them. And you're dying. And you're like, I can't wait to be able to do that. And then you go up and try it, and it works. That's what Dice was. Dice was like going to Jujitsu class. You learn something, and then when you spar, you went and fucking did it. It was amazing what I learned from him, Chris Rock, Richard Jenny, Damon Wayans.
Yeah, they would all be up there. I learned from you watching you. You and Paulie actually were the two most like yourself on stage and off stage.
Paulie.
You know how everybody else is like, yeah, you and Paulie. Paulie grew up, he was doing it since he was fucking
that's
sick.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's not like he was good, but he was the most like himself. You and him, the 2 of you. Like, you'd be talking to either one of you backstage, and then you go on stage, it's the same exact person. There's no, like, a little bit stylized. It's the same exact person. Because I'm on stage now. But let me finish my conversation up there. I would watch you. You would look at that list. You had to bring up and you would look at the list of the employees or who the next pop-in is, and you would fucking back in the Coke days, and you would move your hands open and shut. It was like wide, like 5 fingers wide open and shut over and over again. Just opening and shutting them, opening and shutting them. And you would do whatever your bits are, pretending like you were looking at the list to use next. You'd look at the list for 10 minutes while you were talking, opening and shutting your hand, and then eventually you just go, coming up next! And then asking the next person. That's all you would know.
Those open mics there were the most fun. You know, people have no idea how much fun an open mic is. Listen, sometimes it's great to go see David Tell. It's great to go see Joe Rogan. It's great to go see Louis C.K., you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes, guys, you know, you're not doing nothing on a Monday. It's a shitty baseball game, Tuesday night. Go to your local fucking open mic. Smoke a joint in the car. Go in. It's always cheap beers. Always cheap, you know. I don't even think they have a 2-drink minimum on an open mic. You know, you go
usually
in,
no cover charge either.
There's no cover charge. Just go down there and watch a comic and its early developments. It's no different than what you people were doing in your whatever job you were fucking doing in the beginning. It's just comics, fucking awkward as fuck, you know. But it's the same reason why I've stuck it out with Jiu-Jitsu. I go to Jiu-Jitsu every day, Ari, to get beat up. Yesterday, I was in the bottom and half guard the whole fucking day getting beat up. I couldn't sweep anybody. Finally, I pulled this purple belt, though. I go, come here, though. You got to give me some fucking sweeps in the bottom. But, Ari, I keep going because of comedy. Because I know that someday it's going to come all together. And I'm going to sweep the motherfucker, get on top of him, and get him in an Americana, and it's lights fucking out. You follow me? It's fucking fun. You know what else I bumped? I bumped into this guy in Denver. Well, I knew Bubba. Bubba gave me some good fucking weed, too. But this guy here, Adam Tyree, RevTech, these little vaporize, these new systems, these the electronic vaporization. They're like the blue cigarette, but only with Reefer NEOS.
Yeah, they're great. You can get refills from dealers all over the place.
These?
Yeah. They're awesome. That style of thing, anyway. And you just buy the refill from the dealer or dispensary.
And does the battery run out?
Eventually.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it doesn't, though. Maybe it just works on the when you pull. I don't know what I'm
Lights are
talking
going
about.
on. I would have to imagine some sort of battery.
I would have thrown it in my face, Lee.
I'm sorry.
Fucking Lee. No, Denver was very nice. It was the food was great. You know, the hotel, the comedy, the people that showed up were just fucking tremendous. You know? I didn't really go into the dispensaries. I didn't want to get involved.
I went just to do it the first time I went. I went just to go and like, you're not even going to check my card or anything? Yeah. And then it's great now. As soon as you stop in.
No, I didn't even go in, nothing like that. I just went and did what I had to fucking do. That's it.
I wonder if they'll have them at the airport at some point. You would think so.
You what?
Have dispensaries at the airport.
That'd be tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
On the way out.
In Mexico, they sold all the pills at the airport.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
And whatever the one is, Cabo.
Mexico is just so crazy. Is it not? Is it me? My friend said he went down there. There was some coke on the beach.
They're selling coke right on the beach.
On the fucking beach.
They come by in their authentic little outfits, and they go, seashell clam necklace? Seashell clam necklace? And you're like, oh, no, it's okay. This bracelet? You're like, no, it's okay. Like, cocaine? Cocaine? Weed? Cocaine?
That's fucking crazy.
You're like, all right, man, relax. Get out of here.
And that's at all the beach.
And it's like nonstop. They don't stop coming and pestering you. You got to go off. You got to go away.
I wonder if you give them $20, how much coke they give you in Mexico. They got to give you like a pound or two.
I don't know, but I asked that guy for what about mushrooms? You got mushrooms out here because the water was so fucking warm at night. In the middle of the night, you could. It was like, oh, it was great. And he goes, no, but if they, because I was buying weed from him, so I guess he was like on my side. He goes, if anybody tells you they have mushrooms, they're lying. We don't get them here. We've tried. We don't get them here. So
yeah, the cool motherfuckers. He was very beach.
He was still being honest about it.
He was a good guy. Yeah, you get those. Even drunk.
Weed
There's honor amongst thieves, Lee. The what?
Yeah, the smokes like an entire joint by yourself.
It's terrible.
You pass out a joint to each person in the circle and say, go to work because it's just going to get you buzzed.
You know, it's crazy because this weekend, one of the underlying things I didn't think about till 4 or 5 days before I went to Denver was I thought about calling my daughter. Just in the back of my mind. Like,
oh,
maybe I
yeah.
should just call.
Is she still there?
I have no fucking idea.
What happened? Did you call her?
No.
What? Why?
I just talked myself out of it, I guess. I wanted to do it and talk about it on the podcast because it's that last loose end in my life.
How long has it been?
It's probably been 10 years now.
I could have had a memory if you contacting her or something.
It's all been it was a misunderstanding. It was an argument. It was a lot of anger involved. Not with
10 years ago?
Yeah, it was like, it was building. It was something that was building for maybe 6 years. They were playing, and they kept playing, and I kept getting letters, and I would get this shit in the mail, and overnight box. It was just horrid. It was just a horrid thing to go there. And I tell you what, I went there to work. I went there to do comedy. And I didn't want to call and get into an argument or just have some weird feelings, and it ruined my comedy for these people.
Right.
So I said, I'll do it another place, another time. You know what? I reached out years ago, and 2 days later, the Facebook page was gone. So obviously, whatever the fuck it is, so it's time to just move on. One part of me wants to move on. One part of me wants her to meet Mercy, and for Mercy to meet her or whatever. But, right now wasn't the time, And that's it. I really wanted to be back on the show and go, guess what? I called, and this is what happened.
Just tell her she's got a sister now.
Yeah, and just, I just didn't want to call the house. Sorry. I just didn't want to, I don't.
What is it, her mom's house?
Yeah, I have.
How old is she?
She's 24.
She's not still there, is she?
I have no idea, but that's the call I need to make to find all this shit out, guys, Because
do you think by the time she's 30, she'll get over it?
And we both have to get over it. Who knows?
What did she say to you last time?
It wasn't what she said. It was the position that she was put into. This is what my beef was, guys, just so you know. I didn't abandon her, or I didn't talk to her. No. I followed up. I remember booking that Taco Bell commercial and getting like a bunch of money and going to Boulder, and it was like one of the worst experiences of my life. I've had better experiences when I had no money and crashed on somebody's couch.
Why? What happened?
I booked a room at the Broker, which was at the time was, $100 and something. This is 12, this is 1997. This is when the decline started. It was 97 that summer. It was the slow decline. We were okay for about 2 years. I left Boulder in June of 95. And we were okay. I was sending letters. I was talking to her on the phone. I was going back when I did comedy. I went to pack up my apartment. I saw her. I wasn't seeing her, guys, for a day. I was seeing her for 4 hours. It was just brutal. But I saw her. I put my time in. But then once I left, guys, it's like anything else. I would call her. She'd be sleeping. And then they moved to London without me knowing. They moved to London. After that incident in Boulder in 97 that I went and bought a hotel room, rented a car, I had to pay somebody $500 and pay their credit card bill to use their credit card. In those days, they would let Lee put his card up for me. Now they won't. Now you have to have a matching card. Lee's driver's license has to match his credit card. In those days, Ari could lend me his credit card. So the friend that lent me his credit card only had $1,000 on his card, and he had $800 on there. So I said, how about I take the $800 off? Would you lend it to me if I paid that bill? So that's how I got to do. So everything cost me a ton of money. And I went to Boulder.
She just doesn't want you in the kid's life?
In the kid's life. And for 3 days, she kept telling me, yeah, later on we'll do it. And then she would say, that she doesn't feel good. Oh, this is what's going on. And that was like 3 days. Like, I couldn't really deal with that. That sent me back in. I went into like this fucking cocaine thing because at that point in my head, it wasn't that the mother was playing with me. It's like the mother was, what's that when they, poked the fucking bee's hive? Like, we had already been through 15 rounds.
Yeah.
And the judge told the next time you don't let him see the daughter, I'm going to get you for contempt of court. And me, I'm not the type of guy that I won't call cops on somebody for contempt of court. So I went back and I called and I said, listen, I haven't seen the kid in like 4 fucking months. Since I see her, 5 hours a week or 10 hours every other week, let me just see her 3 days, 5 hours. Well, she's got school and, there's plans and she has activities and she has dinners with friends and what the hell? She's fucking 8. She's 7. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So this time, that's what really fucked me up. When I went in 97 and
just didn't want you to see her.
No, I just got one.
It's fucked up what divorce does to people. Like, my parents hate each other.
Yeah, no.
And they were married for 20-something years. I mean, they shouldn't have been, but still, just hating. It's like...
And it was probably 10 years too long. That's why the hatred is. They hate each other for wasting each other's lives. You start getting mad. You go.
Like you made me old.
Yeah, like you get mad at somebody, and then that anger goes away, and then you get mad at something else. Like, Jesus Christ, I didn't love you for 12 fucking years, the last 12 years of our lives. You know, you didn't even sleep with me for 8 of those years. I could have been with somebody else. Now, who the fuck wants me now? You know, who the fuck wants me now? So divorce, the anger in divorce, it's different levels of it. First there's anger for this, then it turns into something else, then it turns into something else. And that's, you know, right now I'm angry. I was angry because I thought, listen, man, in my mind, I was thinking about this at 4:30 in the morning. I just woke up last night and was thinking about stupidity. I was thinking about how the C in criminal for me was the same C in comedy. I've used the C in the word criminal and applied it to the C in my comedy career. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the hustle that I had as a thief.
Oh, okay.
I've applied it to the comedy thing, like my hustle. And it's, what was I talking about? I was saying something.
But why you were mad?
What was I
about your daughter and your wife, divorce?
No. And it was, I know for a fact, like with me, right now, I'm not mad at her I'm mad at her right now for cutting my legs off. 20 years later, that's what my anger is.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you the truth? That's what it is. She cut my legs off.
The mom.
You know, when somebody came up to John Gotti and said, hey, man, we have a rat, and they told him it was Sammy the Bull Gavano, he always fucking knew this is the way his end was going to come. He knew it.
Sammy the Bull.
No, Gotti. What killed him was, it was Sammy the Bull who ratted on him. Out of all the different situations, when somebody close to you cuts your legs off, you know, somebody was reminding me.
Who killed Gotti?
He died in jail. Somebody reminded me the other day about Dane Cook, that his brother robbed him for $7 million, whether it's a stepbrother or a brother. Beside the money, after a while, you're not mad at the $7 million. You're mad at the person who took it from you. Like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Why did this happen? So for years, you're mad at why this happened. Then you get mad at how did this happen? You know, well, Lee gave me the numbers to the fucking thing. So now should I be mad at fucking Lee, too, for giving him the fucking... You know, I'm just saying, Lee.
No, but do you think, like, if you sat her down, your wife, or, like, someone else did, and, like, why are you mad? Do you think she even know? Like, it seems like it's at the point where you're just, you know you're supposed to be angry, so you're
I know
angry.
She's probably very upset also. I don't know, since we come from two different planets, I don't know how her anger, where her anger is coming
there
from.
For, like, what? You don't even know each other anymore. It's been a lifetime since you talked to her.
I still don't know how I'd react if she came into a room and you sat us down. Like the kid, I saw Travis Nawaza down there. He owns a T-shirt company. He's friends with Eddie. He dates a friend of mine.
Who?
Travis. He went Saturday to this thing, which was the world, whatever, Jiu-Jitsu tournament, which is a league. And then Sunday he was going to Go-Kart to do another tournament in the morning. And he got armbarred at the tournament I was at.
He just likes competing?
Yeah, but he took a gold yesterday in 2 categories.
Wow.
So that's the life. We bomb, we do good, and it's all forgotten.
Go up again.
Yeah, you just keep rolling. So it was very interesting to see that. I learned that. I obviously at this age, I can't do a tournament every fucking week and prepare for a tournament. I die. You know, I go to Jiu-Jitsu once, twice a week. I walk around sore for 3 fucking days. So, but it's very interesting. And listen, guys, every time I went by an exit, I wanted to make a U-turn.
Why?
Because it was bumper to bumper.
What's
it take to get the fucking herb on a good day? 45.
45, yeah.
It took me 2 hours.
No. On a weekend?
On a weekend, on a Saturday. Well, the 5 guys. You got Walt Disney, you got fucking whatever farms, you got San Diego. You know, you got people going places.
Viva Libre.
What's up with you, Negro? Talk to me. So you got the special premiered last week.
What does Viva Libre mean?
Viva Libre, live fucking freely.
Oh.
So your special aired last weekend.
Special aired on Friday, yeah, thanks.
I got it taped. I watched the first 10 minutes. The baby started crying. So,
well, that's what I do to babies. I make them cry. That's why comedy's good for it.
So now Thursday night you have storytellers coming on.
Yeah, this is not happening.
Key and Peele.
Key is doing it.
Bobby Lee and me.
Funny.
It looks pretty funny.
Yeah, he told a good story about a crackhead.
So it's, you know what? Whatever I read about this is not happening.
Yeah.
The big push they say is how you started this from ground zero.
Ground zero.
They went online and then they got the television. something that really doesn't happen in this town that much.
Well, it was a show at the Improv.
It was a show in the side room of the Improv.
At the side room with no alcohol.
40-seat side room. No alcohol. We weren't even allowed to bring it in.
Before I even met you, Joey, the first show I ever saw in L.A. was your show with Job Stories, and Canaan went up.
That was in the in room?
Yeah.
The Improv?
That was the first show I'd ever seen in
LA?
It was $5, yeah.
Yeah, $5. Experimental. Try some shit. I'm trying to break the bank. Try some shit. The comics, don't feel like you have to. Yeah, we did it in that side room. 12 people were there. You were on that show. You were on the first one.
Me, Marin.
You, Marin.
Steve Aggie.
Uh-huh.
Who else?
Dylan Brody.
Wow.
He's like a storyteller. And then and Dan Madonna. Eddie Brill's illegitimate son. Was on the first one.
Wow. And now, look what it's become.
Yeah.
And now it's going to grow. Once it hits TV, it's going to be like a rap battle.
Madonna did one about, it was all psychedelic stories. Madonna did one about chasing his friend Benji outside on Fountain at fucking 1 p.m. naked, trying to find Benji, getting arrested on mushrooms. Naked and arrested while you're on mushrooms. Then that Brody guy talked about peyote and how these Indians gave him fucking peyote when he was 14 at Indian sleepaway camp. They're like, it's time, let's go. And then you talked about that concert. Was it a Zeppelin Pink Floyd concert?
Oh, is that the one that got filmed?
And the trip to it, yeah.
Oh, cool.
That was the first one. It got filmed in 2 parts. I didn't know how to make a YouTube video. It's one of the shittiest fucking YouTube videos of all time. But people liked it though when they saw it. The Popov. That's what you first talked about. Popov vodka.
Popov vodka.
And then AG talked about getting laced at Grateful Dead. And Marin talked about taking some shrooms or some acid at Grateful Dead.
Amazing. That's how it fucking started. At least
Did you guys have any idea when you were starting the show of maybe getting on TV, or you just wanted to do a show?
No, we just wanted to do one good show. We didn't even want to get it going again, but everyone had such a good time. It was so fun and cool. 12 people were in the audience. That was it. Belladonna was there with her husband. She was two of the 12. This porn star family. Yeah, it was fun as shit. And then Eric Abrams, he's like, dude, let's do that again. So we did it again for something else, for another topic. Yeah, it was 5 years ago. I still have the poster that Kevin Christie made. This sweet fucking giant, size of that thing, hand painted, psychedelia, and these crazy fonts.
Save it. Fuck that.
Of course I'll save it. It says Joey Diaz, Steve Agee,
put that
Dylan Brody, ARI SHAFFIR.
10 years and shit. Break the bank.
Yeah, exactly. There's only 2. I got one, and what's his name's got one. Eric's got one. Yeah, that was cool. That was fun, man. We were there from the beginning. That's cool. Yeah, and then later they were like, let's do a web series. We tried to pitch it to a show a few times, a couple years in, but they were like, maybe with some other host. And I was like, nah.
Last week on the Rogan podcast, we spoke about when we first started going out with them together.
Yeah.
How people hated us.
Oh, hated us. Why are you bringing these losers?
Hated, but the main spokesman
for the loser contingency.
Fag
Here we go.
From San Francisco.
I was just there.
I fucking hated that guy. And everybody hated him. I had heard about that. He was a dick for years.
And all he did was talk shit about us.
All he did, he talked shit to the wrong
Rogan's
guy.
going to bring his losers again.
He talked shit to 2 people that turned right around and went back to me. So I always knew. So every time Rogan
all these people talk shit to your friends and expect you not to tell you.
Is this still the booker up there?
The booker up there.
He ain't still the booker. He's out.
Anymore. He's fired.
Okay.
I was going to
say.
And we went, and every time, and it was funny because the last time I saw him, he pulled me aside and he goes, hey, I might get you this gig. And I remember thinking, look at this fucking guy coming around.
Yeah.
He goes, there's a show and I really want to get you on it, but Sharippa doesn't want you on it. But I've been pulling for you like a motherfucker,
That could easily mean Sharippa wants you and he doesn't.
It's so, and it's such a feeling like that guy must feel bad now. Like there's so many people that gotta feel fucking bad. There's still a lot of people that fucking hate me. I hate them just as bad. Like the other night,
I know what you mean. People go, all right, I guess. But you know what? I don't even think they think about it. I just think they go, oh, cool, that guy's doing great. And they don't even remember how much they fucking said you were go nowhere.
No, they remember. There's certain people that I fuck with them now. Like if I see, listen, the greatest thing Madonna ever did was about 8 years ago.
Madonna
had a raffle and a thing of all her rejection letters.
Oh, really?
And they said people were running for fucking cover. That bitch saved every rejection letter.
All these people, all these fucking
singer,
gaffins.
You'll never be anything. Your voice is horrible. Where do you think you are?
Saved her rejection letters.
Saved her rejection letters.
And not even until she recorded her first album. Even after that, she was a superstar for 25 years. She still saved them.
You guys were both too young to remember 1985. 30 years ago.
No.
Right now, Madonna had this country. Like, it was her and Michael. Like, she was telling Michael
I remember
Jackson.
Everything. The gloves. I was 11.
Yeah.
The gloves everywhere. The stocking gloves, whatever they're called.
Although everybody
was just like a virgin.
Everybody. Every chick had gloves, glasses, the blonde
And then
hair.
she switched it up with Vogue and all that shit. And you're like, wow, she was massive. Her book, when I was in Israel, her book came out of like sex
91?
pictures. Yeah, 92.
92.
Yeah.
She put the... This is what this bitch did one year. She put the book out with the pictures of her naked.
She made Rodman look good.
Yeah, she made the Pepsi video and she got fired for putting the black Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Life is
and then her thing was one of the first things to get banned and go massive.
Massive.
She sold so many actual copies.
All she
VHS
knew,
copies of that video.
She knew she was gonna fuck with them.
They wouldn't put it on MTV, so fine, I'll sell my own and be a millionaire off it.
She did all.
And then you'll play it. You'll play it eventually.
Justify My Love.
Justify
My Love. Yeah,
she was getting fucked by like a Jesus statue.
Put the beginning of Justify My Love. And they all agreed. They were all down there, the same fucking people that down there, whatever's down in Arizona. And I had to go up in front of them. And it's the weirdest thing because they try to put the Malouk on me. They put the Maloik on me, you know.
The Maloik.
So fucking...
What do they do?
They just stab me down.
Oh, really? Oh, so then you get worried because you know they don't like you.
Yeah.
So then you're like, how am I supposed to perform in this environment?
Yeah, you know. You just know. The other night, it's like when I went to that place for the other night, I felt the heat from people.
What place? Oh,
that comedy thing. There were just too many people who didn't like me there. There was just too many. There was an assortment.
They were like, what's this
What the fuck is this shit?
There were a lot of people that did like you.
No.
When they showed that preview video, you're the only one that got claps. You and Miss Pat.
Let me tell you
got
something.
Like audible claps.
I wanted to tell the darkest story.
You should have. Fuck those people. You should have. That's the show.
No.
Say whatever you want.
Those people were not going to handle me hitting somebody with a bat and his eyes rolling and we thought we killed him.
That was great. They did it. You got to it eventually. They loved it.
And it's funny because I have not seen a picture of Didi, the kid who had hepatitis C. But he didn't really have hepatitis.
Didi Cantero?
He's got HIV.
Oh, no. That's way worse than hepatitis.
Yeah.
I don't even know what hepatitis does. I know what HIV does.
My other buddy who died had hepatitis C from shooting steroids.
You die from hepatitis C?
You could die.
Isn't that pre-HIV?
Yes. Well, no. I'm sorry. No, it's not. I'm so sorry. There's two
hepatitis B.
Yeah, there's two hepatitis. There's two hepatitis. I think they could be I don't know. I had a friend who had the really bad one, the one that you can't drink alcohol, you can't do 1,000
ever again.
Things. Yeah, but he did whatever the fuck he wanted to. He was like borderline fucking when you have to go do the thing with your blood every week. And he hooked me up from head to toe with equipment, goggles, gloves,
really,
T-shirts, jackets. He was brilliant, man. This was my brother next door. And he goes, just go out that way and walk. He goes, you know how to do this. You've seen the films at my house, you know. And I fucking walked. It took me an hour to walk from Sport Kalen to the first lift. It was embarrassing.
Why? What do you mean?
How far was it?
30
on the snow.
feet. I never skied like that before. I got on the thing. It took me to the top of the mountain, and I just tried my best, dog. And you know what? I got it. At first, I was going down that mountain, but I couldn't stop. And people pulled me over and taught me how to snowplow, how to stop and shit. But I started with like 185s. They put me on 185s at first. Now that doesn't even exist. And I went all the way up to 210s, 205s, something really fucking weird. I could ski ARI SHAFFIR in those days. And I got hooked right away. And there were these guys in the building that said, listen, we work.
Wait, what are 210s and 205s? What does that mean? I don't even know what that is. That's a ski length?
The length. The length of the skis.
Oh.
Right, so there were these dudes from Mankato, Minnesota that lived in the building. And they said, listen, we'll teach you how to ski. We're all fucking pro skiers. Let's go. And they would take me in the mornings, like at 7 in the fucking morning, and just take me and teach me the thing and little moves. And I would ski with them. And I forget all the different colors and shit. But they had me from the beginner thing to the intermediate thing in like a week and a half. Like they fucking yeah. And they would trick me. They would take me into those things with the high moguls that I couldn't do in the beginning. That's
moguls suck.
They suck.
Moguls
That's
suck.
what fucks up your knees.
Yeah.
That's what fucks up your knees.
You see people when the pros are doing it, and they go,
yeah,
look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. Oh,
that's not my game right there.
Yeah.
I could go in that medium one.
It takes me an hour to get down on those moguls.
I picked 4 or 5 of those medium ones that I liked, Lee.
Yeah.
And I would hit a beginner one from time to time just to try shit. And Lee, I would get up there as soon as that mountain opened, and I would ski till 11 At the time, I worked at Commander Video.
Yeah.
And I would fucking take my skis and fucking stash them at my house and drive down to Commander Video and work. And that's what I did 4 days a week, man. I loved everything about fucking skiing. I didn't like all the drama that people... I was a fucking dude. I went up there with jeans, skis, long underwear, a belt, long underwear top, a t-shirt over that, a jacket with a hood with goggles, and a throat thing so my throat wouldn't get cold. That's how I skied. I saw people who dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars in clothing for all that drama. Get the fuck... Once you ski 2 times, you ain't cold. You ain't fucking cold. Once
your legs weren't cold?
Fuck no. If you ski 2 times, even with jeans with long underwear on, thin long underwear, if you take 2 fucking runs, after those 2 runs, your body is so fucking warmed up, steam's coming out of it. You'll be begging to take your fucking clothes off. Trust me what I'm telling you. Because once that sun comes out in Colorado, you're up, whatever it is, 1,300 more feet, 13,000 more feet. Once that sun comes out, it hits you, bro.
Yeah.
When I was skiing and lifting weights, I was in some of the best shape I was ever in.
What if you fell?
I would get up.
Yeah, falling's not that bad usually.
I would get up. Knock on wood, I never fell and broke my leg like fucking, Arabia's here. But he went up there cold. He hadn't skied in a while, and he got cocky.
That's not true. I had skied like 2 weekends before.
No, it's not going to work. You got.
What do you mean that's not going to work?
Bro, how old
That's
are you?
That's a perfect answer for what you said.
How old are you?
I am 42 years old.
No.
We just did it. I did 3 days,
that's the
2 weeks earlier.
You're 42. You're not 28.
But I wasn't doing anything that crazy.
We forget.
It was a little fall.
I know, yeah, a little fall. You're walking around like fucking Mortimer Jones. Yeah,
like
a little
what?
fall. Yeah, a little fall. Yeah, I know. And if you were smart, we'd be in the bed right now in the hospital collecting a couple fucking 6 figures, cocksucker. I'd be suing the mountain and shit, the whole thing. Half the mountain would have been mine at this point.
Damn it.
I would have been in the Colorado hospital right now eating pot cookies. Forget about it, with prescriptions and shit. When did they take the cast off?
That's what Renazzi said. When the first time we were up in Colorado doing it, and I was going right into the woods. He goes, all right, first run. It's the first run. Just wait a minute, right? You should wait a minute. It's like, all right, yeah.
You went for it, and that's what happened. Hey, listen, man, you get so...
I didn't. It was after lunch. When are you going to do it? You only get 2 days. You get 2 days after lunch the first day. That's the right time to do it.
Okay, so
I stand by my decisions.
You take a little beginner run first.
Yeah, I did that to get to where...
To warm up.
Yeah.
After that, you take a little medium run.
Yeah.
And you do another medium run. And then you call it a day.
What?
Because you're 42 and you have shit to do. You go back, you take a nice hot shower, you take some leave. Listen to me.
Yeah.
You take a little leave, you eat a nice fucking steak, stomach style. After 3-4 runs, you're out of oxygen.
What?
Your legs get all fucking acidic. You can't move them. They feel heavy. It's your first day there. You don't want to burn out.
Autopilot.
So anywhere like 2 to 3 to 4 runs, you're solid like a motherfucker.
You get oxygen depravity. It makes you makes all the muscles burn at the same ratio, and then you end up being able to last a lot longer.
Really? No shit. Yeah, that's if you're there for 6 weeks and you're acclimated.
Yeah.
Not when you just stroll into town like Don Quesadich. And you go up there and look what you fucking, like fucking Hopalong Quesadich. Now you're fucking walking around with stilts. You're the first Jew with stilts they ain't suing. You don't even know who to sue. You don't even know who to sue. I would have stayed on that hill. I would have stayed on that hill if I'm Jewish with my leg up, yelling and screaming obscenities and shit.
Belong Quesadich.
How long did they take them to get you down the hill after that?
Dude, it took me like 2 hours.
How embarrassing is that?
I didn't ask him to take me down. I just skied down. Broken ankle.
Okay, and then what?
Why didn't you ask for them to take you
I
down?
didn't know it was broken.
And then when you got down to the bottom, did you drive yourself to the hospital?
No, took off my skis, walked to the fucking rental place, walked down the stairs. People were behind me. Not one person helped. Not one person helped as I'm struggling down the steps. Some fucking foreigner came up and said, "Excuse me, you look like you're in trouble. Do you need some help?" I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great." And I got my boot off, and then I walked around for a couple days. Swelling went up, and then swelling went down, and then bruising started. And I was in Vancouver. So 4 days later, 5 days later.
And you flew?
No, and then I went. Then I saw the hospital next to the Vancouver Comedy Mix. So I went there, sat next to fucking drug addicts.
Would you have gone to the hospital if it wasn't right next to the comedy club?
Probably not. Almost definitely not. Almost definitely not. But it was getting out of control, and I did. That might have actually been why I went, because I was like, it's not going to get more convenient than this. I'm on the road with nothing to do. I may as well just go now.
That's terrible, Ari. That's fucking terrible. You could have.
Yeah, broken.
I
was walking around 5 days.
God would have
Like
known.
what?
God would have known, when
Wasn't even that bad.
And
is
you
what I'm
flew
saying.
from fucking Colorado to Vancouver.
Yeah.
So that means you could have got a blood clot in the air. You're a lucky dude, man.
It happened after Vancouver. It had to be in Whistler.
So you broke
Before
it where?
Vancouver.
You broke it where?
In Whistler.
Oh, so you went all the way to Canada
So
to break your leg. Who's
the
a fucking genius here? You went all the way to Whistler to break. I thought you broke it in Colorado.
No, I did Colorado with no problems. That was easy in, easy out. Great time. Good runs.
Skied there.
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
How many days?
3 days.
How many runs a day?
All of them.
5
all
or
of them.
10?
No, you get more than that on like the back bowls and shit.
Come on.
Yeah, you can just.
You skied how many fucking runs? How many times?
Yeah,
did you
probably
go
like
up and
10, 10 or 12.
Look at you.
Because you just get back there for a long time. Especially if you get back there first. You get a couple runs before anybody even gets on the line. It's a weekday. Yeah, you get a bunch. Smoke right on the lift. Try to get that only you,
No, you got to get with people.
No, only
Yes.
you. Then you can light up. How are you going to get with people?
Listen to me.
What?
The most interesting times I've had have been in those things. Do you know, one of them, I have a couple vivid fucking memories of that skiing stuff. Like a lot of this shit. I remember one time taking out a line of people. My first or second day of skiing.
What?
I thought I had that plow down to stop. And there was maybe 20 people. I took like 14 of them down. Oh my God, I was never so embarrassed, okay? That's one tremendous. Another fucking tremendous memory was waking up with a hangover. How long you know me, Lee? I never have a hangover.
No, I never knew.
I woke up with a hangover, not even drugs. At that time, I wasn't doing coke. I was on a strict reefer, alcohol only.
Wait, did something weird just happen?
What do you mean weird?
Like, did something with the sound go off? I know.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, great.
I didn't hear that either.
Good to know.
Wow. No.
Back to the show.
Are you hearing things?
Yeah, apparently.
What'd you hear?
It was like, whoosh. Like something popped.
Maybe I'm going to Espíritu Malo. Anyway, so one time I get on there and I'm fucking hungover to the gills. And I get on one of those gondolas, two looking at you, two and two.
What?
So there's two guys looking at you and two fucking looking at them, you know what I'm saying? And whatever, a fucking gondola. And it's three dudes, so I get in there. I put my skis, I sit down. At first they're very, how are you? And I can see they're stressing out. They're kind of like, one doctor takes out, I didn't know he was a doctor yet. One of the guys takes out a fucking joint. And he goes, do you mind? And I go, no, not really. And I took one of mine. And he's like, come on. I don't know, let's do this. And he goes, we got like 13 minutes to get to the top. We started smoking.
On the gondola?
Around them, whatever the fuck it was. Gondola.
Yeah, hot box.
Or whatever. And we smoked them. And that's when I asked them what they did. They were doctors. They were visiting. They only smoked when they went out of town. They were lit.
What?
They were lit. Even then I was getting some shit from the Woody Creek Tavern where that dude hung out. My main man, Cato, was picking up a bag a couple of days a week. And that's one of my most vivid memories, getting off the gondola with them and how fucking stoned they were.
God.
And like seeing them like 2 hours later in that little hut in the middle, eating cheeseburgers and fries and drinking and fucking like buying me fucking lunch. Like, buy him lunch on us, you know.
Did you take a couple runs sober?
What's that, bro?
Would you take a couple runs sober first? Because I don't like driving high. Skiing high would be fucking...
Once I went skiing maybe 4 times. If you want me to lie to you, I'll lie to you. Once I went skiing 4 times, I figured out, I didn't want a Walkman. I wanted to hear nature.
Yeah, I don't like the Walkman. The idea of the Walkman, no.
Garbage.
Yeah,
garbage.
I want to hear people around me.
Garbage.
Agreed.
Totally garbage. I agree. I didn't like music when I skied.
Yeah.
I agreed that I wanted my head covered, but I also agreed on one thing, that I was getting stoned to the fucking gills.
Before you even got on the first lift?
Please.
What?
I would love to say a word before that, way before I got on the first.
I took a one or two ski lifts.
Let's get down to basics.
Yeah, and then when you find a place, then you go.
Let's get down to fucking basics.
Second, third.
When I lived at Creekside, D12, that whole building was skiers. On the drive up, because they had a scam. What they did was in the winters they drove the bus back and forth for people who went whitewater rafting, and in the winters they all had jobs at different mountains, so they could all ski at different mountains. It was a scam. These guys were running. They were beautiful. They were beautiful. They were you at 18. It was. Listen. I wish I was lying to you guys. It was 37 guys from the same neighborhood, all around the same ages. Some guys that went to college, it didn't work out. They were a little confused. They didn't know what to do with their lives. They all picked up and they got 2 apartments in the same building, and they slept everywhere. Huh. And that's all they did was work in the kitchen industry or whatever was there at night and ski in the daytime. And I admire that. Today, I remember those guys.
That's pretty cool.
I don't remember their names. I remember one guy, Todd Bachman. Keels was the girl. I don't remember the 2 boyfriends. But I think about them so much because they would force me to go up there, and they're the ones that taught me that those first 10-day in and outs, where to ski, where not to ski, where you get high in those days, where you couldn't get high. They were Burr and Lisa. Sorry we're late, but that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's Sunday night. You got no work tomorrow unless you're a part-time fucking slave. It's Columbus Day. Everybody got the day off. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, even black people. Everybody got the fucking day off tomorrow.
Does that mean I have the day off tomorrow?
You have the day off tomorrow.
What do you mean the day they bury the devil at sea?
That's the day they bury the devil at sea.
What is that? Is that Osama bin Laden or is that somebody else? Or are you just talking?
That's just us talking here.
Oh.
So yeah, if you guys want to be on our level, like take acid and like pause this for half an hour.
What's going on, Doug?
Nothing.
Eddie Brock was in the house, fresh from fucking jumping jacks and putting videos up and burying bolo motherfuckers and shit, going viral online. They don't know that you still got it. They think you're over here getting weak in the fucking bush or something like that. They don't know that you're over here getting stronger by the fucking day out here. They're just learning the rubber guard. You've taken it up to 3 fucking levels since then. You know what I'm saying? What's up, ARI SHAFFIR?
How are you, man?
What's up, buddy?
I just finished all that stuff. Done with work for a while. Going to Australia.
What's in Australia? How many weeks?
3 weeks.
And comedy?
Yeah.
How many shows?
7.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time, you're just going to look at kangaroos and
Fun.
walk around?
Go, I don't know. Go hang out. Do some shit.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah, go look at some kangaroos. Challenge 1. Learn my 10th planet white guard.
What? How long is the flight? Frankie Barker's down there waiting for you. Where's Frankie Barker at?
Melbourne.
Are you in Melbourne at all?
Yeah, that's the first place I go to.
10th planet Melbourne.
You got to stop by Frankie Barker's house. They'll feed you. They cook Italian food and shit.
No leg locks.
We'll get a hold of Frank and 1 online. Now you're up to season 4 and shit.
Yeah, 2 online. 2 with the team. Yeah. Yeah. It was great. It went so good. You were great. Felipe was great.
Henry Rollins,
great.
Who else did you say Wednesday night?
Brewer,
Ron White.
Yeah. Metzger, everybody.
Good little fucking lineup.
Yeah,
Simone was on there.
Steve
Simone broke his cherry.
Yeah, Magical.
That bad motherfucker, Steve Simone. Oh, Nick Swanson.
Nick Swanson, yeah.
Fucked up to the gills with shorts on.
Yeah, he's wearing shorts. I love it. Like, what is he wearing? I'm like, well, who cares? Whatever he wants. Artie Lang was wearing a free jacket he got from, like, it was like the NFC playoffs.
From like 97?
Yeah, that he wore on Kona the night before. It was just like, it's just his jacket that he wears around. It's just like, yeah, whatever, fine. Come on, relax. It's fun.
It's pretty fun to go up there and tell a story sometimes. It's kind of liberating, especially when you've held it in for years.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to give the plots to a lot of the stories, like Artie's story. All those stories are fucking great stories that you
Yeah.
You don't know who the fuck you're going to tell. Who are you going to tell?
Yeah.
Who are you going to fucking tell craziness like that? I was on the phone with Rogan the other day talking about coke and shit. And I was talking about when I used to put fucking pool cleaner on my dick.
What?
When I was in the halfway house. I'd
Why?
snort coke because I'd snort coke Friday and Saturday and I wasn't going to beat the test. So I'm uncircumcised. So I'd take pool cleaner and I'd put it on the inside of my dick and I'd fucking put the skin over it. And then when I go pee, I'd pull the skin back and the pool cleaner would go into the fucking piss test and I'd still come back positive. Like, who do you tell this to that's going to say, Joey, what the You can't tell that to a therapist. They'll dial 911 on you, dog. I remember doing something to my dick one time, putting something on my dick. I don't know if it's pool cleaner or like that shit you unclog a drain with.
Drano?
Yeah. And I'll never forget, I was working construction, Eddie, and it was hot out, and I went into one of those plastic bathrooms. You know those things that you piss out, a porta potty?
Yeah.
And I took my dick out, and it was just blistered. Like it was one big blister. Like I could bail out. It was pissing out of like 3 holes. I swear to
Could you put Drano on it?
I put Drano. That's what I would do to pass a fucking urine test.
What does it look like now?
Huh?
Is it back to normal?
I don't know. I'll let you sniff it later. You tell me, cocksucker.
Oh, my God.
What's up, Eddie Bravo? Look at you. He's fucking... He just throws a giggle and goes right back. What's happening? Everything.
Just hanging out.
All right. I'm happy you're here.
So people know that what you guys did.
Yeah, that we did our Sid. What the fuck? We're over here waiting. We got to eat another little piece.
My friends asked me, Taylor asked me, he's like, wait, why do you have to do that? I'm like, I don't know, because Joey said you have to do it.
I didn't say we had to do it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, here we go.
At least admit that you make people do it.
I don't make nobody do it. Nobody's got a gun to their fucking head. I said, Ari.
He's right.
What
I
are you
didn't
doing
do it.
Sunday night?
I didn't
He goes,
do it.
nothing. I go, let's do it. Hit a fucking acid.
I was like, yeah, okay.
And let's
I just said
sure.
nothing.
What the fuck? This is what we
It's
do.
fun, though.
You guys feeling it now or what?
A little
It's
bit.
starting to. It took a little while last time. You know.
How
I took it to
you
Billy
do a
Joel at
podcast on that
Bonnaroo.
shit?
I don't know. We're gonna find out if we have to just run the fuck out of here. There might come a point where I can't take it. I just run the fuck out of here. There was a point in my living room Monday night, Tuesday night.
Yeah, that was.
I was
might
pretty
have to turn
fucked
your
up.
mics on.
Really?
Oh, I was pretty
You
fucked
ready to
up.
call it? Like,
No, I've never been able to ready to call a tap out. Never.
Oh my
Never, ever. I used to, when I was about 17, I'd go back to the house where I lived, the Benders. And I'd go to the bathroom, I'd take my shirt off, and I'd be on fire from the acid. There's a point, like the 3rd or the 4th hour, where you're seeing shit, whether you got the lights on or not. You go to pee and your piss is pale. Everything is tripping with you, but you're like, I'm coming down off this shit. Nothing's happening.
what?
That's what happens. And then you walk into the living room and it's dark and you start seeing fucking shadows and you're tripping your ass off. And I would put on like Black Sabbath Volume 4 with earphones in the dark and just sit there, at least I had, for fucking the both sides like a soldier on 8-track. I'm taking it back to the 8-track.
You just had mad visuals, like you were. In
Oh
some-
my God. Fucking craziness. Just seeing shit. Some nights we'd sit outside and just look into the New York City sky, like just sit outside, man. Look at that fucking look. And I remember the best night I ever had as a youngster. One of the first times I tripped, we went to the soccer field. That's where we used to hang out. It's called Schützen Park. It's a German banquet area, but they have a soccer field. And they used to have sheet metal. And we used to go up there and party. I swear to God, we brought Louis the Nigger with us. Louis Hernandez was not black nor anything. He was Dominican, but he had an afro. And we all split a little piece of ass, and we started tripping on the So all of a sudden what we realized was if he let us blow smoke into his afro, the smoke would go into his afro for like 2 minutes, then it would come out slowly. And we'd be tripping. We'd be, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look. I swear to God, that's how fucked up we were back then. I love Louis Hernandez. He's a psychiatrist today.
What?
He really is, in North Bergen, I think, yeah.
Have you called him up to talk to him about it?
No, I saw him about 15 years ago at a deli, and we spoke for a little while. He's a really good kid.
Wow.
So wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
We've only done mushrooms like a little bit. Is this the same as mushrooms? Like, do you start like the stuff start moving?
No, it's different. See, I grew up on the acid in Jersey. When I
Really?
went out to Colorado was when I started eating shrooms. I didn't really like it because they gave me diarrhea. All right, so I didn't like it. So I never really did anything ever again. And then I ate it one time. Then I ate it with you.
Yeah.
I went to see Pink Floyd, and they were fugazi. We went back to my house and watched
The
Domino.
acid.
Yeah.
No, it got a little heavy in the middle there.
Did it get heavy for you in the middle?
Yeah. At the pantry.
At the pantry, okay.
But
You're looking a little fucked up right now, you know that? You're looking
find my
like
centered place.
you're looking like something now. Look at you. Sit down.
So Lee, you've never done it before.
I've done it twice now.
Okay.
All in the past week and a half. But yeah.
Damn.
It's fun. It's just
We did it 2 weeks ago when I went to New York. I went to the stand,
right.
Yeah, you went to the stand?
and some comic came up and was like, "Man, I love you to death. You want some acid?" I go, "You got some?" He opened up his wallet. He had 100 hits. He had a sheet of Ben Franklin.
What?
So I said, "Let me get 2 of them." He goes, "Yeah, take one, give the other one to Lee." That's exactly what I did. And then we ate that, and then I went to Toledo, and some other nice gentleman came up to take these.
What were those?
And he goes, "I'm on 5 of them."
Oh my god.
He was on fucking 5
Oh,
of
my
them, Lee.
God.
So I ate 1 of them, and I was like, "Oh my God! If he ate fucking 5 of them, that guy's got my tolerance for this shit."
Wow.
Because I could eat 5 of these back in '82, not now.
Yeah.
It was weird, like, because the first time it didn't really have that much of an effect. It was, like, kind of goofy, but this last time was...
Same stuff.
What
No,
was the
no, different
What
stuff.
was the difference?
I had a lot more energy. It was weird.
Did you want to close your eyes or did you want to?
No,
open
like,
your
I
eyes?
fucking pulled... You know, like, the wire they run, coaxial cable, when they put in cable?
No.
I pulled it out of the wall.
What?
Because I don't have cable anymore, and it was dangling, and it was bothering me. And I got really amped up for some reason.
He started cleaning his apartment.
I cleaned my entire apartment the next day.
He
Wow.
played fucking Maple. He made,
Oh, my
what's his
God.
name? Maple Hazel, whatever her fucking name
But
is.
Whoa.
I think
What's
it
wrong
has...
with you, Eddie, bro? Were you deaf mute all of a sudden? What happened?
No, I'm enjoying the conversation.
All right.
I can't believe I'm sitting here with 3 dudes who are tripping.
What?
Well, we haven't started yet. It's going to start
I
pretty
know.
soon. It's going to
But
start.
doesn't
I'm
it-
looking forward to it. All 3 of you. What's that going to be like? I might have to take over the show.
I'm here for the remainder. I'm here till 2, 3 a.m. We're going to start taking calls, everything, whatever.
You take calls, really?
We'll take them. What the fuck? If we're tripping, they might want to talk to Ari about something.
But you told me I was going to be up till like 8 in the morning, so like you know.
You
like,
might be.
there's-
Oh, I'm probably not going to make my comedy store spot.
When, tonight?
Yeah.
No, you're in no danger. You might as well call him now and say it ain't happening. Uncle Joey gave me a hit of this fucking death. And,
No, but it pumps you up, doesn't it? Acid?
well, it's got rat poison in it, so it just fucking lifts your spirits. You know what I'm saying?
I rap like delicious birds.
Is it really rat poison?
Yeah, it's strychnine.
What?
Read the label.
Read the label on acid.
Go ahead, I dare you. Read the label. I'll give you a piece right now. I'll give you $5. You can find strychnine on there. Oh my God. It's going to get ugly in here. You do know that, right? It's going to get fucking ugly in here. I'm going to have to go outside and get some man. My palms are sweaty and shit.
Spaghetti.
Oh, my fucking goodness. But tremendous. We're all here together.
When was the first time you guys did acid?
Yeah, well, how old were you, ARI SHAFFIR?
I don't know. I think with you. Pink Floyd thing.
No, that's a fucking thing. You know that? How you going to do acid with your
Do you
Uncle
have like a
Joey
fetish
the
for
first
taking young Jewish men to like do?
No.
That might be what it was.
No, it wasn't.
For acid.
When was the first time you did that? Never.
I've done acid maybe, I don't know, twice, but small doses, so I just barely had a little visuals, like the walls would breathe a little bit and shit like that. It wasn't intense at all. But I've done mushrooms before in large quantities and totally had a tremendous experience.
Where you going, dog? You gonna Uber it? Oh no, you brought a car with you.
Yeah, but I'll just leave that there.
I liked it. I always liked tripping. I really liked.
Yeah. It didn't scare you the first time? Did you know what was going to happen?
No. I fucking clicked my heels and it happened. No, yeah, I fucking knew.
No, did you know what was going to happen?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know at that time. But at that time, I didn't really care by that point.
Because I was trying to text and all the letters started like floating away.
Oh, fuck
but
yeah.
I knew that could happen, so I was okay.
Sure, that's what you're supposed to fucking happen. You're supposed to see shit move. What? That's the whole thing of taking you from one place to another.
Oh, my God.
The only thing that takes you like this, your mind is like this, is like solitary confinement. Like if I confine you for 9 days with just food and no fucking talking, guess where your mind goes? Your mind goes in weird places, man. Your mind goes somewhere it's never been before. It's like fucking acid. That's why I love this shit. Takes you deep into the murky waters of the underworld. You ever listen to music on acid? You can just hear the cymbals playing. Tremendous. This is what they invented this shit for. Like I was telling you fucking guys the other day, look, if right now Eddie Bravo was to pick up a T-shirt, a rash guard, right now, and I took a picture of you, and we put 1 million retweets on Instagram with Joe Rogan, you'd sell 10% of that, right? It's a recommendation of a rash guard, correct? Mm-hmm. When I was growing up, the recommendation of acid I had was Led Zeppelin did it.
Really?
Jimmy Page did it. And I heard like other people did it. It wasn't all that bad, right? They're making great fucking music. They're rock stars. If they use this to write, what can we do with it? I swear to God, that was the reason why I did acid the first time. I didn't do it because other kids were doing it. I thought about it. I knew the reefer and the music was too strong for me. When I first got high and heard music, it took it to a different level. I always enjoyed music. But the music on the reefer is something completely fucking different.
Totally. So you went from reefer to acid?
So, no. We did a couple little THC crystals, which is like fucking gorilla biscuits. It's whatever the fuck you call that shit. Angel dust. We would do angel dust, like a line, $10 for a package. 3 of us would get high. That doesn't make you trip, but it makes you Gumby-ish. You can't really feel your body. You just feel like you're fucking floating. We would take it and go into New York City as kids, Ari, and walk around. That's a lot of stimulation for your mind. And then the next level was microdot acid. I think the first time I did acid was at a Rolling Stone concert, though.
Really?
Just like that. And it was in my eyeballs, that shit. When it was real fucking acid.
Wait,
though.
They dripped it in your eyeballs?
2 hits, 1 in each eye.
What do you mean they dripped in your eyeballs?
And a little bit of the sugar cube.
Wait, what?
BAM!
What? Jesus
It's
Christ.
all over, Ari.
Like Visine, you mean?
Like Visine, night.
Oh.
What if you get? Sometimes when you put Visine, you want to put like 2 drops, but you put like 5.
You go for broke. I guess one eye's going to see more than the other. You know what I'm saying? Look at you sitting there like fucking Taxi Driver. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. Are you going to whip out a piece? When was the last time you saw Taxi Driver?
It's been a while. I had to show the guy for my haircut.
What's that?
I had to show my haircut. He wouldn't do it.
Show the last scene of Taxi Driver. See if it's in there. This is the most radical fucking one. He goes bananas. Whatever is it. Show
it's a great scene, yeah.
Sure.
Let's see. This is on the big thing?
Oh, we don't fuck around here on the church.
I thought you fucked around.
No.
Because I've been hearing around that you've been fucking around.
No, you want to eat this other piece?
No.
You want to split it 3 ways? Hey, bravo, you in?
What do you want me to put
No,
in?
I'm good.
The last scene of Taxi Driver, when he goes bananas, final scene, whatever it says in there. The guy starts yelling, I kill you, I kill you, I kill you. Fucking tremendous, people. I'm happy you're home. You're not doing dick. It's Columbus Day. Grab some beers. Get a couple bong hits. ARI SHAFFIR.
Take a chance.
And my main man, Eddie Bravo's here in the house. Lee Sayat. We took some fucking gorilla biscuits. I don't give a fuck. Call the cops. We ain't got nothing here. What did this win?
Career.
This won something, dog. Oh, no. By this time, he had already done Godfather 2.
Oh, really?
He had already done fucking...
Taxi Driver's
no, what are you turning it off for?
How does it end?
It's over. What?
How does it? Is this the end?
That's it. No, then he picks her up in a cab.
He wakes up as a hero.
They thought he was a hero in that show?
Yeah, we got to watch it again. It's so slow, Eddie. You'll fall asleep 8
No,
times.
it's a good movie, though.
But it's a great movie if you know. Did it win an Academy Award? He
I'm
won
sure
something.
it
He got
did.
nominated.
It's hard to watch anything after Narcos. After watching that, how do you top that? It's a true story. It's pretty damn accurate.
Narcos?
There's massive killing. It's true. It's like Game of Thrones, but it's actually true.
Dog, he fucking...
Why did he kill that guy, the one you showed me?
He took a country hostage. He told him either you do it a country.
Yeah.
Not fucking the state, not 10 people, not a gang.
A country.
Yeah. A country. And he had more money than they ever dreamed of having. $60 million a daily.
More than GM, yeah.
What was he losing? Did I hear right that he was losing money in mouse money? That mice would just eat a certain amount of bills?
Yeah, you should bury it.
And $60 million a day. $60 million. That's more than corporations back then.
Plomo or plata?
What does that mean?
That speed. Look,
what does that mean?
If you either bullets or fucking money, take your choice. What do you want? There's only two ways out of this.
Yeah.
I know you love your family. I know you want to uphold the law. I know you went to law school and your father's a judge. But here it is.
You haven't seen this, Narcos?
I just turned them on.
Oh,
you just showed me
dude,
something.
you're gonna be. You can't watch anything else. You go back to Empire. It makes Empire look like those R. Kelly in the closet
What's
videos
Empire,
and shit.
that show? With
It's
the
a
black
show
kid jumping up
about
and down, the music.
Yeah, like a dude who's like part Jay-Z, part
bro,
Dr.
I
Dre.
thought that show had I thought that show had something.
It's
First
good if
4 or
there's
5
nothing else.
episodes.
If nothing else is on, I'll watch it. But it's like it's a soap opera with
What did it win?
occasionally someone gets shot.
Palme d'Or, best BAFTA. I'm looking for. I don't see any.
No
Oscars.
Academy Award nominations, nothing. Taxi Driver, have you lost your mind? I know he got something, or he got
I'll look
nominated
for it. I'm
something.
looking for it.
It's fucking. Those are crazy fucking movies that they were making.
This hand blew up like it was a China doll.
What movies have you seen that you thought were just the greatest movies of all time, but then you haven't seen them in 20 years, and you go back and you see it, and you're like, oh my God, it's a piece of shit. Do you have any of those?
Okay, the movie.
Any of those?
I think your attention goes somewhere. I just tried to watch The French Connection the other night.
Yeah.
It didn't stand the test of time?
It was very interesting for a while. Then I was home. Listen, if two chicks are banging each other with dildo, I lose interest after 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I watched the parts that mattered. Like I taped it, and I watched it while I was taping it on like some weird channel.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see because I remember that movie. That movie meant a lot to me because I was just learning English. And there's a scene when he's running up the stairs, and he goes, Popeye dog, freeze. And when he shoots him, it says, filmed in New York, where it happened. And that, like, I lived in New York City, dog. I was a Cuban kid.
Where it
New York
happened.
City. That was the trailer. Filmed in New York, where it happened. And here I am. I live in New York. Like, my head almost fucking exploded. So I fucking went to see that movie in the movie theater.
Okay.
And those scenes when he shakes down the fucking bar, when Gene Hackman, those are the movies that made Gene Hackman hit me.
It was nominated for Best Picture, but I don't think it won.
No.
I think Robert De Niro got Best Actor.
You're not going to
You know
shoot
what stands
somebody.
the test of time? And it's hard for comedies to stand the test of time. Think about comedies a comedy movie from the early 80s.
Because I can find movie.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
It's all garbage.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
all of them.
There's a lot of great
that
ones.
humor doesn't
No.
stand. Except for Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which isn't a total comedy. That stands the test of time.
Trains,
Fast
Planes, and
Times.
Automobiles is Stronger Than Death. I just watched Blast, with John Candy. John Candy's a fucking genius. Some of those
16
movies.
Candles. Some of them were good.
Dog,
some
you
of them
know
were the
what-
garbage ones.
You gotta
that we all
watch
thought
them.
were
You
the
gotta
same.
watch them
You know
again.
what, bro,
you gotta
know
go
what
back.
you know what I got stuck on
Go
last
back and
week?
check.
You know me,
Yeah.
dog. I tell you how it is. You know what I got stuck on last week? And I watched it for an hour and giggled. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't give a fuck.
Really?
I was giggling for 2 minutes. I caught myself going. Listen.
He's so cocky, that motherfucker.
He's so cocky. The part where
How can you hate him?
I'll tell you a scene in a movie that I'll put up against anything today and yesteryear. The part where Pee Wee Herman goes to the Mexican at the bar and he takes his high heels.
Put it on.
And he puts the fucking heels on.
All
and he
right.
does
We'll have battle scenes. You bring out a scene. We'll battle with scenes.
Watch this.
All right?
What am I putting in?
You're putting in.
And then we'll let
what's his movie? What's the movie's name?
I gotta see.
Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Watch this, dog. Pee Wee's Mexican Dance, La Bamba. Whatever. You bad
my
motherfuckers, you. What's happening, Eddie? How you feeling, my brother?
I feel great, man.
King of Jiu-Jitsu in the fucking room tonight, ladies and gentlemen. ARI SHAFFIR. This is not happening. Started with a little brain fart. Look at you now. You're a fucking brand and shit.
Yeah.
People telling stories all over the world. This is not fucking happening.
Henry Rollins did one, man. He was so good.
Did what?
Story of my show.
Really?
Yeah.
He did a story. Like, what does he do?
He told a story about I was on a psychedelic episode.
Oh, he was on your show.
Yeah.
He told the story. Oh, cool. How did that go?
Great. It was
He
really
told
good.
a psychedelic story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Cool.
Is that what the show's about? Like you're telling
Different
drug
episodes.
trips?
Different episodes, different topics.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's a good topic.
Yeah.
Everyone's got good, especially comedians. God.
Yeah, some of them.
Well, sometimes, you know, sometimes, I know what I was going to tell you guys. That kid that got shot last week in Miami.
The air conditioning in here.
I know, Lee, but
It's on high. It's on high as
Listen to
fuck.
me,
It's really
bro.
cold in here, you guys.
What?
One night, we do a hit of acid, and we go to this, we used to go to this place in the Fairview. It was in the Fairview Cinema. That's what it's called. And there was 2 movie theaters. At midnight, they would always play a band, like a song, a movie from a band, like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, or somebody's concert, or The Song Remains the Same, or the Stones' Sticky Fingers. And in the other movie theater, they would play the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, that's terrible.
So we all went and did, this is when it was called Double Barrel Sunshine Acid. And you were supposed to get it and split it 4 ways. We got it and split it 2 ways. And we went to see Apocalypse Now. We left there blown away, but it had just rained, Eddie. So me, this kid that got shot, and this other kid, Louis Castellito, we got like a 3/4 of a mile walk home. And we're walking home, and for some reason, Louis Castellito looks at me weird, and he goes, "Do you hear that?" And I play into it. I go, "I hear that. Do you hear that?" And also I'm like, "Oh my God, I hear that. I hear that too." And the kid's looking at the both of us like we're fucking crazy, but we're all tripping. And we start going, "Jesus Christ, the sirens, what the fuck?" And my friend's yelling, the sirens, and we're both yelling the fucking sirens. All of a sudden, my buddy looks at me, and he just takes off, bro, and starts running.
What?
And like a half a block away, there's what's that when the concrete breaks, a pothole?
Yeah.
It was filled with rainwater.
Oh, no.
I'll never forget, he stopped, he got in his hands and knees, and he started hitting himself with rainwater. "I don't hear the sirens, I don't hear the sirens." We were just fucking with him. We didn't hear no fucking sirens.
You hear sirens?
Not yet. He kept saying there were rats in the trees by his house.
There are rats in the trees. You see them and shit when you do acid shit like
They're
that.
big.
What's that?
They're big, those squirrels.
Yeah, but they sleep at night. I don't see the fucking squirrels at night. You see the rats and the possums in my neighborhood. You see a couple of raccoons.
Really?
I saw a fucking huge raccoon who got hit by a car in Laurel Canyon last week. I had to pull over, but he was fucking dead. No, you don't want those things to bite you, so you just keep fucking driving and mind your business. This motherfucker was huge, bro.
Really?
Yeah, they get big up in those hills. Those motherfuckers will fuck your world up.
We got a whole family that come into our backyard all the time.
Where do you live?
Yeah, in Sherman Oaks.
I'm staying at Echo Park, and I saw a skunk on my porch.
We get skunks all the time in the backyard. We see them because we have a big black.
Are they going to spray you if you just
glass.
come by near them, or are they? Or
I
do
think
give
they
you
do
some
that
warning?
when they feel threatened.
When they feel threatened. Usually when they see you, a skunk will turn around and leave on its own pace.
Right.
He'll take a couple steps on his own pace. Have you ever seen a skunk turn and spray you? How
It's
they
terrible.
turn?
No.
It's fucking terrible. It's a terrible situation.
When they
you see-
turn.
When they turn. So
Yeah.
they get this way and they spray you and they fucking
Yeah, they get
start-
their tail up.
Right. It's not good.
You know,
Yeah.
I just realized. I always thought that they use skunk as a word for weed because it's smelly. I just realized that it actually does smell like skunk.
Strong like
realize
that too.
I've had weed. You know when you're driving around the neighborhood and you pass like a spot where a skunk sprayed, you could smell it through your car. You know what I'm talking about? When you smell skunk, you ever drive through like your windows are up.
You love
and
it. I love that
It
smell.
goes right through the goddamn car.
I fucking love that
What
smell.
the hell? That could probably save the world, right? That's some powerful shit. They gotta look into skunk piss. Study that shit.
They do have it. They have it. They have it at sporting goods.
What?
You can go to a sporting
What
goods
do they
and buy
have?
skunk piss because you could do it for something to lure something.
Yeah.
Or to stay away from your campground.
Are they skunks?
Something weird.
I bet it
it's just
cures
a little,
cancer.
It's just a little jar. It's a little thing, and it has like a swab, and you just dump it to keep the bears away. I'm not correct. I'm not a hunter or nothing like that, brother. I don't fucking know. So you do know this, that you're not walking around looking like Mad Max.
What?
You're walking around looking like fucking Taxi Driver.
Oh,
You
yeah.
do know this. That people
Yeah.
like fucking, what's this shit?
I don't know, man.
This movie, see,
some
Eddie's
haircut.
younger than I am.
Yeah.
This movie was fucking strong. This sent a message.
77. I think.
Really?
Like
What
this
was the
sent a
message it
me-
sent?
This was after Berkowitz.
What is that? Stand up for yourself?
This was after like Berkowitz.
Who's Berkowitz?
How
Got
old
the
was
No.
it?
You got the subway?
Not the 44 caliber killer. That guy.
The guy
I
in the
think that was a
subway?
little early. I may be wrong, But this was like weird. Like a guy went in and saved this year-old girl. People were fucking like people were still mad about The Exorcist, like them using a young girl to put a cross in her pussy. Now they got this chick who had already been on television.
One of the sacred things.
What's the young chick that's in this movie? Come on, guys, she's a lesbian. Silence of the Lambs.
I'm looking.
Hunter. No. Rachel something.
Contact.
Yeah.
Lesbian.
Yes.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster's been on television since she was 5. She was on The Courtship of Eddie's Father. It's Eddie's girlfriend.
Really?
That show, I remember being a little kid. So when she crossed over a few years later, I was like, oh, what year was The Courtship? Go ahead, Jodie Foster. What year was The Courtship of Eddie's Father?
How old were you in 77?
14. I remember going to see this in the movies, and I left there a little fucked up. Like, I'm not going to lie to anybody. Like, there's a couple movies I left going, wow, that could happen. But that movie I left there going, that's fucking dark. Because he played it. He was one guy in the beginning. And then
69 to 71.
Yeah, she was already in TV, bro. She's been on television for 50 years, Jodie Foster.
Damn.
60-fucking-9, my friend. She's been on TV for 45 fucking years. She played what's-his-name's girlfriend. So she was already visible, you know? So she was like America's little fucking sweetheart. That's what a lot of people don't fucking remember. And all of a sudden they tossed her into this mix with De Niro shooting motherfuckers. After Godfather, now he's playing a crazy cab driver in New York. That's all they need in New York is some guy to be a fucking
How old was she
vigilante.
in Taxi Driver?
How old is she?
Jodie Foster's in Taxi
Jodie
Driver.
Foster, yeah, she's the girl.
She's the hooker.
So she's at least
So
18.
she's got to no.
You have a gun? Why does he ask him
Foster,
if he has a gun right before he shoots him?
How old?
Jodie Foster was born in 62.
So she's 53 right now. So when she shot that, she was 14 or 15 or 16. Correct, Mundo, or no?
Taxi Driver was 76, so probably 75, yeah.
Yeah, so she was how old then?
13.
13, guys. So she was America's sweetheart. So, see, I remember this shit.
Oh, he took America's
Like,
Sweetheart.
he took America's sweetheart and put her as a hooker in a fucking movie. So that's why
what?
I knew it wasn't going to win. I knew it wasn't going to win an Academy Award, but he was going to win something for it because he was brilliant.
He took America's Sweetheart.
He remember like when that pervert, that fucking idiot, told the black chick that ended up marrying the black guitar player, my mama said, what's her name?
What?
Who?
What's the black guitar player? The Jewish fucking black guy.
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz married the girl from the Cosby Show,
Bonet.
whose daughter
Lisa
is in
Bonet.
Mad fucking Max. That little black girl in the fucking car. That's Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz's fucking daughter in the car with them.
She's so
that
pretty.
cute little that's what you get when everybody's fucking good looking in your family.
Yeah, when there's that
you don't
much
get people
hot.
like me and Lee. You
And
know
there's
what
that
I'm
much
saying?
hot. How could you
So,
not get that?
When she was on, it was number one family Thursday night. When you were Mexican, white, black in 1980, you turned on the Cosbys. That's it. It's like somebody said to me the other day, listen, I don't give a fuck who the funniest guy, because we were talking about Dalia. We were at a cookout, and those things where they have the food trucks on Thursday. And the kid goes, something about blah, blah, blah. And the wife was like, I like Dalia. And he goes, listen, in my book, I grew up on Martin. And I thought about it. How many people grew up on Martin? How many people watched that sitcom?
Martin.
I love Martin.
Martin was great.
Okay.
Martin was great.
So
Martin was one of the most underrated comedies.
So this guy's like, fuck Dalia and fuck this guy and fuck that guy in my world because I grew up on Martin. And that weekend I went away
Martin
and
was
watched
great.
like 4 episodes of Martin. I'm
How
like,
was it?
Fucking great.
Oh,
It still
good.
holds up to the end of time.